One of the most exciting new plugins in Fender Studio Pro 8, at least to me, is the brand new Studio Verb, an algorithmic reverb that is really competing with the best plugins out there. And before I show you all the cool parameters that we have on Studio Verb, why don't we look at where you find it first, how you insert it to a channel, and also take a listen so you really get excited about this brand new plugin. So you find the new Studio Verb plugin when you open up the browser. You can do so by clicking here at the bottom right. And then you go to the Effects tab. And there under Fender, you should find the Studio Verb right there. And from here, it's as easy as just dragging and dropping it directly here into the new channel overview, for example, or directly here on the region to insert it as a new plugin. Now, I have a bunch of drums prepared, and let me just put the Studio Verb to bypass for now so we can listen to the drums in the original version. They sound kind of nice, but let's turn on Studio Verb now. Can you hear that there's immediately more clarity and spatial width here? This is also thanks to the color control and the low cut, which adjusts the overall tonality of the reverb and also make it less muddy. So that sounds pretty awesome already, I think, right? But let's try this on a couple of other instruments. How about guitars? Well, here I have a Dream acoustic performance, right? And let's turn it on here. Currently it's on bypass. That just sounds ridiculous, right? And like I said, what I really enjoy about this plugin is that the plugin controls that it has are so creative and they do so many different things. For example, notice how the size control is linked to the pitch if you move it while audio is passing through. And this might remind you of a tape stop effect, which incidentally was one of the most requested features of Studio One Pro 7 back in the day when it was still called Studio One. This is practically now implemented with the new Studio Verb. I gotta show you that at the end of this video, so stick around. Now let's check this out on backing vocals. This is really where reverb is super critical in my personal productions because I do 80s stuff and there it really has to deliver. So let's turn this on bypass for now, which is indicated by this orange light glowing here in the plugin. And let's check out the backing vocals in their dry state. So you can hear the timing is good, it's tight, the pitch is on point, but it's missing that little something, obviously. And what is that little something? Well, you will notice once I turn on Studio Verb. So let's toggle bypass right now and take a listen. And yes, that does sound impressive, but you might think this is never gonna work in the mix. It's way too mighty, right? And I would agree, except we have a decay control, which basically allows you to have a very controlled length of the reverb. It can be very short and still get that huge reverb sound, similar to the gated reverb effects that you might know from the 80s. This is also thanks to the pre-delay control, which I want to show you with the next example that I have for you. And right here, I have a synthesizer. It sounds like this without pre-delay. And that sounds really nice on its own, but especially in a mix, you will find that the onset of the note being already reverberated can result in a lot of muddiness, especially when there would also be a delay present. This can get super messy, especially when other instruments are playing at the same time. And this is where, fortunately, the pre-delay parameter comes in, which is the amount of time before the first reverberated signals are heard. This can be set with this fader right here, and the awesome thing is that this can be synced to the musical grid. So for example, when it's set to a 30-second note, this means that there's a gap of a 30-second note between the dry onset of the note and the reverberated sound. This is probably best understood by listening, so here's an example. You might spot that the onset of the note is drier now that the pre-delay is active. You will notice this especially when I increase the pre-delay. Right? And when I turn this off now, then that definition of the note onset is lost again. So hopefully you can hear a little bit what the pre-delay does. Like I mentioned before, you can really use Studio Verb with amazing sound design possibilities. For example, the size control can be set to 60 seconds, which is an absolutely insane amount. And to help you dial in all of these various controls that you have, the ping is actually super useful. You can basically tap that here to send an impulse of all frequencies through that plugin. And because it covers the whole frequency spectrum, it allows you to set the reverb much more precisely than with any instrument signal. It's really helpful. In fact, I've actually mapped this directly onto the touch strip here on my Atom SQ, so I can always trigger it. And then it's very easy to just dial in the parameters exactly like they have to be. That sounds pretty good. Let's try this on a djembe. I probably don't even need to say this, but... So you can really see how quickly you can dial in the Studio Verb with this ping impulse that you can send through it. Really a fantastic tool. I hope that these examples gave you a good impression of what Studio Verb can do, a good first impression at least. And I want to close this video by showing you how you can achieve that famous tape stop effect that I talked about. I've done an R&B style beat here, and I used the Studio Verb exclusively for all of my reverbs that I used here. And maybe I'm just gonna play a little bit of this beat to give you an impression. As you might have heard it right there, this is the part where I inserted that famous tape stop effect using nothing but Studio Verb. The key parameter to achieve that is the size control, which, as I mentioned, is linked to the pitch if you're adjusting it when audio is passing through the Studio Verb plugin. That is super critical to achieve that famous tape stop. So I basically just went ahead and added an automation for the size parameter and then started tweaking with my MIDI controllers and my mouse until it sounded like tape stop. You can probably tell how excited I am about this creative powerhouse that is Studio Verb. It's not just a fantastic sounding algorithmic reverb, but it's also so creative. You can even do the famous tape stop with it, as you can see. Just save it as a preset and you have that ready for recall in any session.